Chat, here we go. We have got a qualifying match for the Swamp Tournament featuring Rocket League. And it is Kiernan versus Hyderr. This is a high-level top 100 1v1 match to enter themselves into the Swiss bracket of the qualifier happening tomorrow. Kiernan, one of the top players from, I believe, Italy, right, chat? I think Kiernan is also an Italian 1v1er. We're talking about top Italians because I want to say they said Hyderr, or Buried said Hyderr is Italian. Is this an Italian matchup? Chat, do you guys know? Oh, no, he's Irish. He's Irish. He's Irish. Yeah, that's right. Kiernan, Irish. Irish versus Italian. Nice air dribble. Got the flip reset. Dropped it down on the 50. No pull. Yeah, we don't have any mods in chat. My mods are busy streaming the event. Buried Living is out streaming the event, though I thought Eros would be around, or maybe even Akashi, but neither one of them. If they show up, we can start it quickly. If not, you guys will just have to bet on the side. DM somebody and offer them Rocket League items. I don't know. Kiernan taking it for another dribble. He's able to just pop it over the top of Hyderr. That is actually pretty impressive. Hyderr almost made it back and ground pinched it to save it away. But Hyderr pre-jumped this pretty well, and Kiernan just took it even higher than Hyderr prepped for. Yeah, phone mods are worthless. That is true. That is true. Are you casting with a blur in the video settings? You know what? That's a good point. I actually was recording videos recently, and I changed all my settings, and I didn't necessarily want to keep it all. I'll have to go switch it back, see what my settings were maybe in between games. Are there blur settings in the in-game settings? Kiernan rolling this up the side wall, and he's going to take a long shot. Hyderr, I don't know what he's doing. Camping out on the back wall over there. Yeah, we turned like everything on, but normally, oh, we definitely don't want motion blur on. I don't even have weather effects on. I don't think I turn on like anything. This should be better for now. V-Sync? I don't normally mess with that. I took a screenshot of my settings. I'm going to switch them back to whatever I had before, because I remember that in the past that I didn't have any troubles with my settings, so I'll just make sure they're the same. And if we ever want to make additional changes in the future, I can. But for now, just keep it what we know. You know, right, chat? Turn off depth of field. Yeah, I think I don't like depth of field either. I think that was turned off as well. I feel like depth of field just kind of like grays out the hole. I'm actually just going to do it live. I feel like it makes... Oh, wow. Yeah, it makes it so much nicer. Depth of field actually ruins the game. Yeah, that was the big one. Holy cow. That actually blows my mind, chat. You guys see what I just saw? Depth of field might be the most cringe video setting I've ever seen. Wow, what a save. Great shot, but Hyderr puts it off the crossbar. Dude, that was it. Funk Moth. Chat, Drake's in chat for Funk Moth, who absolutely had it right. Dude, holy cow. You guys didn't see? Wait. Let's see if you guys can see the difference now. I'm going to turn it back on real quick. You see how everything is just like grayed out? Like washed out a little bit? It's just super, super washed out. And then if I go turn it back on, I promise to stop messing with this. Sorry, chat. I've turned it back off. Now everything's just crisp. Oh, man. Wow. Maybe because you guys are watching it on the stream, so like the stream already kind of modifies the game. But wow. It's like what a pinch. Kiernan's crushing it. It's like HD versus the worst possible standard definition or something. Anyways, let's talk about the match. Kiernan, great ceiling reset pinch. He's actually popping off right now. Somebody in chat said Kiernan 3-0. I'm not sure that Kiernan is technically favored to go 3-0 against a guy like Hyderr. Hyderr is a very solid player, but it's making it look like it's a foregone conclusion that he goes 3-0. Hyderr will finally get a second, a good kickoff play. See 50s at a midfield. You play with everything off except transparent goalposts. I think I played basically something similar. Kiernan hasn't checked in. Oh, I will figure out their bracket stuff. I'm not too worried about how their game goes technically according to the check-in system. Although it would be annoying to have them forfeit and have the bracket try and figure it out for us, but I'll figure it out. Oh, Barry's got it. Thank goodness, man. We need our mod back. Our legendary mod. He's back. Is he done streaming? Everybody rejoices. Barry holds the stream down for us. Kiernan, great 50. Able to kill that completely on the goal line. You hosted Pale? That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Hyderr. Shot to the far post. Saved away. Everything is going Kiernan's way right now. Hyderr, nice boost steal. Kiernan able to stick with the play, and Hyderr does take the midfield. It just ruins all the hard work. Trying to keep Kiernan from picking up that boost in the first place. Now he's going to come. Try and put some pressure on in the corner. Kiernan, a bit of an awkward jump off the wall, but good enough touch to keep Hyderr gaining the ball, going on offense. 50 seconds for Hyderr to come back 2 goals. And he might be able to get a tough angle here. Oh, Kiernan challenging quickly. This long shot should be a 6th. It's looking like game number 1 will likely go to Kiernan. Exclamation point bracket chat. If you want to check out the rest of what's going on. Sounds like we only have one other streamer helping us cover games right now. Pale Rider, if you guys want to watch Pale Rider stream. Somebody can link it in chat. But an instant kickoff from Rob, or aka Kiernan. I think he's all but secured game number 1. Best of 5 for this qualification. Winner moves on to Sunday. Gets a chance at the Swiss. Is Kiernan on Epic? I don't know. Sometimes players will pick different accounts as their main account. But seeing as how he's got a Steam picture, I'm going to say he's not on Epic. Because he's using a hidden character. Oh, you thought he had the hidden character turned on because he needed to make a hidden character Epic account? I should have thought of that. These guys slamming in kickoff goals to delay the inevitable. I mean, Hyderr, I guess, with 6 seconds does have a chance at 2 goals. I shouldn't completely rule it out. In fact, this is probably the start of that potential comeback. Oh, no, he doesn't get it inside the net. So Kiernan takes game number 1, inches himself ever closer to the main event of the swamp. Game number 2. About to go to Taco Bell. Ooh, get me some arrows. I can dig some Taco Bell. Ooh, that would have been a nasty pinch. Hyderr going for a home run ball there. Trying to slam a pinch across the map to expose Kiernan. Kiernan for a double. Actually, Hyderr with low boost wasn't able to get as strong of a clear as I expected. I thought Kiernan was going to be in really big trouble trying to take a double over the top of the net. Because Hyderr was low, he's able to get away with it. Now Kiernan trying to get a tight angle to the other side of the net. Hyderr has been holding it down for long. He pre-jumps this, and he's able to connect clean with Kiernan's flip reset play, and Hyderr gets an early lead in game number 2. Are you casting all the main event games? No. On the Swiss Day, we're going to have tons of people helping us out. The Swiss Day will have, you know, what, 8 times 5-ish games, maybe a little bit less. It'll have an insane amount of games. I'm definitely not covering all of them. I will cover a game each round, though. But that being said, I think I'm going to be able to get every single game streamed to the main event. So I might not be streaming it, but somebody will be streaming every game. Hyderr, nice challenge. Trying to hold on to what is a very small lead. Low-scoring game might favor Hyderr. Kiernan trying to go demo Hyderr, but so far away from the net. You have to be sure that you're going to be able to take him out if you want to get away with this. Kiernan's ripping the OKs. I imagine because he felt like he should have demoed him. But when he didn't connect and he continued to chase with 0 boost, that was it for him. Why couldn't Dig just play at boot camp? They're actually traveling the day of the event. Same thing with Space Station. So they can't play from their airplanes. At least I don't think so. Yeah, they're not getting to boot camp before. They're getting to boot camp literally the days of the event. Hyderr up 3-0. Hyderr showing what we were talking about earlier. He is a top player. Definitely could give Kiernan a tough game, if not take the whole match from him. Nice placement by Kiernan. You don't have to hit the shot hard as long as you put it in a really good spot, especially the way Hyderr's playing defense, which is super, super passive. He is just shadowing and refusing to challenge. So toss it up to the crossbar. Make the defender make an awkward save. There's likely to be a follow-up. You bet Jorias could win it all on Switch? I highly doubt that. Have you ever played on Switch? I played on Switch, I think when I was a Grand Champ. And I want to say I got to Champ. Maybe like High Diamond 3 on Switch. And it was so hard. But I was playing with Switch controller too or whatever. It's just really, really hard. I wanted to get top 100 in something. So I got top 100 on Switch. If you went to the Switch leaderboards, I was a top 100 2v2er. So you hear that, chat? I'm top 100 player is what I'm trying to say. And I can't believe I haven't been advertising that more often. Kiernan, wall to air dribble. He's looked solid in the air, but Hyderr has started to pre-jump and has started to get the reads on his aerial play. You'd expect maybe to see a little bit more fakes, a little bit more low 50s off the dribbles from Kiernan in the future, because right now Hyderr is going a bit all in to make sure to cover them. It's working out for him well, and now once again on a counter, Kiernan needs to realize when the jig is up, when he's not going to be able to get a shot, has to hedge his bets a little bit instead of continuing to make these attempts on the ball in Hyderr's half. We've seen it a couple times. That time the pre-flip left him out of position. Kickoff goal for Kiernan, though. Top 100 in Switch is like Plat 3. It's like Plat 3 right now. When I got it, it was Diamond 3. You have no idea what level is 1600? Yeah, in 2v2, 1600 is like GC2. Hyderr, nice chip. Kiernan got a lot of separation when he wasn't able to pick up this boost. He flipped towards net, but then turned an insta-challenge, which just is the worst of all situations. Not able to pick up any boost, but still challenging as if he maybe did have some. Hyderr, instant kickoff goal. These guys like to save their kickoff goals towards the end of the game. We saw it at the end of the last one. They just ran it up both. Pretty equal. Just a bunch of instant goals to pad the stats. Hyderr still with a 3-goal lead. Looks like Kiernan threatening a kickoff goal, but nice redirection. Both these guys going to fall into the net with 0 boost. Kiernan with a slightly faster recovery, though, means able to pick up the 100 on Hyderr's side, but Hyderr steals his. Kiernan, look at his camera work. Incredible camera push to watch Hyderr to see what he was going to do on the back line. Kiernan's going to demo him, and he tried to get some open field demos before. Wasn't able to succeed, but this time it seemed like he had a lot more boost to secure it. Hyderr, he thought, what are you doing? Why'd you leave the ball? You could see him start to slow down and think, if you're going to leave the ball that much, I have to go make a play. And while the gears were turning in Hyderr's head, he gets taken off the map. Kiernan, a kickoff goal. He's got himself back within 1. Certainly would be nice to go up 2-0 in this best of 5. Hyderr threatening, tying it up. Wave dash kickoff for Kiernan. Losing the ball into his corner, but he should be able to have a big boost advantage over Hyderr. Hyder's flick was strong enough. Didn't go to steal the back corner boost because Kiernan got such a good clear. His counterattack was going to be fast. Hyderr wouldn't have had the time. Hyderr will bump up his lead, though, to 2. As he is able to get back and save the counter attempt and then get a counter of his own. Hyderr, wall to air dribble. Haven't seen too much aerial excitement out of Hyderr. We have from Kiernan at the start of this. But, you know, maybe that's the reason why we don't see it from Hyderr too much. Kiernan able to handle it very, very easily. Both these guys diving to try and 50 and maintain offense a little bit too often. Leaving open opportunity to take the ball the other way. I like this play by Kiernan, actually diving into the corner. You could see he didn't go for it right away. Off the kickoff, he kind of mimes as if he's going to go pick up that midfield boost and then turns to steal the back corner, which means Hyderr is going to be left completely with nothing. So he can't react to the adjustment in time and then tries to turn on the ball and make a play. It's just so hard to do when even that slight mind game has stalled you out of everything you were trying. Kiernan undercutting Hyderr. Hyderr now stuck in a shadow. Kiernan can end it here without overtime with a nice flick. It's too high. Hyderr doesn't even need to jump. But, of course, he's got to try and pre-jump just in case Kiernan had kept it online. Hard for him to know that the miss was coming before the shot comes out. So, overtime. A very, very important overtime for Hyderr, I would say. Kiernan probably playing a little bit more relaxed. He knows if he can get this one, it's a huge advantage, but not the end of the world if he does go 1-1. Kiernan taking for an air dribble bump. Hyderr pre-jumps early. Before Kiernan can react to the pre-jump, it's already intercepted, which is the perfect kind of challenge from Hyderr. Kiernan tried to react to it, tried to go low 50 and sneak it underneath, but as long as you challenge early enough, the defender is not going to be able to get away with it. Hyderr, he gets an 8th. Plays it from the back corner, and he is just saving boost, looking to 50 with Kiernan, who never comes off the back wall. Ends up being awkward with a slight bounce. Hyderr will tie up the series in a close overtime. We will head to game number 3. Game number 3. Kiernan and Hyderr. Hyderr with his back to the wall, winning a crucial overtime in game number 2, I would say. Keeping himself in this one. Kiernan is catching midfield, but he's not able to get it on net in time. Hyderr actually a really great recovery. This long shot will only buy him time without any boost. Kiernan will be sending an attack very, very soon. Hyderr clear. No way he's going to be able to get back to this. He does! Hyderr, what a save! Wow, that was an amazing double save from Hyderr. I hope the replay shows it. A soft touch by Kiernan to put Hyderr out of position, or so he thought, so that he could score on the follow-up. But Hyderr has a perfect recovery in net and flies out to save the second attempt as well and earning himself a counter. My goodness. Very nice play from Hyderr to put himself up 1. Yogi Beats, maybe the tier 1 for 2 months. Appreciate the support. Casters, we haven't updated casters yet. A mod can update it if they'd like. I think only Pale Rider is helping us stream this right now. Pale Rider RL on Twitch. Hyderr, flick high. Kiernan able to stay patient, have the read. The ball was headed over the crossbar. It's an important part of playing defense, being able to recognize the player has missed on their own. Committing for everything. End up leading to way less opportunities. Is the Swiss you're doing identical to their LCS Swiss? That is the plan. John, aka always. Guys, we have a Reddit celebrity in chat. Kiernan trying to win out of 50 on the goal line. Both these guys low on boost. Kiernan is going to be able to pick up the back corner and the midfield. So Hyderr, even though he has possession, has to be playing safe, constantly thinking about what he can do to ensure he'll have a chance to retreat. And putting a 50 near Kiernan's net is not a bad way to do it. So now at midfield, he has 100. Kiernan's flick should be easily saved, and it is. Hyderr can't get his back corner, but I'm not sure he needs it. He had more than enough to make a play. And he'll launch it down to the other side of the field. These low, I mean, I tell you what, these guys have done the same thing every time. They kind of start low scoring. Almost halfway through the game, we only have one goal. The last game ended up 8-7. They just started slamming in. Goal after goal after goal. Kickoff goal after kickoff goal after kickoff goal. In order to make it look like they played a much more active 1v1. See if that happens again, or if we're going to end the low-scoring game. Hyderr, maybe an opportunity on net. Couldn't get a good touch off the wall, so Kiernan does recover. Hyderr demoed off the map on a 50 attempt. Kiernan, this is the best opportunity he's had in a bit. Another nice flick, but oh, it's well placed. Hyder's definitely going to be able to save it. There we go. Finally, a goal. In the past 4 minutes, it felt like. Hyderr scored pretty early. Kiernan able to punish Hyderr for challenging late again. Hyderr has been really slow to challenge, and it seems like it's cost him a bunch of different opportunities. This is best of 5. Qualifying games are best of 5. Virgil, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. Here's 7 to you as well. 3 months of tier 1 means a lot. Kiernan is nasty with these wall dashes. He loves this wall dash celebration. Hyderr thought he was going to be able to make a play on the wall. You could see him hovering behind the ball there, thinking about what he could do to get a touch and start a play, and just recognized too late that there was nothing available, that he was leaving himself out of position by staying on the side wall. Kiernan, nice 50. Good recognition. Hyderr coming in to try and dunk it past. Really good car positioning by Kiernan to just completely dominate that challenge. But now he's set up an opportunity for Hyderr, able to recover from it by diving underneath the blue team member. Kiernan flip reset, far away from the net. Use the wave dash, and Hyderr able to dunk it past. Are we going to see another goal here? What the heck? Why is that the biggest emote I've ever seen? Is that a bug? That emote, it literally covers the entire screen on my chat. Is it happening for you guys? It didn't happen on my overlay, but like, what the heck? Kiernan up 3-1. Hyderr, a nice challenge, keeping himself in the game. I don't think we're going to get to 8-7, but certainly the scoring has sped up here in the latter part of the game. Kiernan, nice outplay. Should be able to get a fourth. Such a good cancel on those power shots top players can do. Always impressed by it. Doesn't really mean much, but someone who's tried to cancel my fair share of front flips, they do a really good job of it. Kiernan up 4-2, 20 seconds. He just needs to stop this attack from Hyderr, and he's likely to secure himself a 2-1 lead. 2 chances at getting himself into the Swiss on Sunday. Kiernan, good save and clear. And that's got to do it. Hyderr looked good with his back against the wall in the previous game. Will we see some more clutch play from him? Or will Kiernan be your first qualifier? In fact, you might have had some other qualifiers that happened during this, but one of your first qualifiers, the swamp. $5 p.m. Central European time is when we're starting tomorrow, which is when the bracket started today. Kiernan versus Hyderr. Kiernan started most games with his air dribbles. He likes to play the air dribble bump. from the midfield when he wins kickoffs. Hyderr able to cover it this time. He had a tough time getting saves early in the matchup, but now seems to have his way he's liked to defend it, and it's been working. Hyder's going to score first. Kiernan getting that to a little bit late. I mean, I think that's mostly just Kiernan's fault. Hyderr, I would say, lost the race, but Kiernan a little bit too underneath the ball and sent it straight to the ceiling as opposed to getting it out of dangerous way. Hyder's going to roll a perfect setup here for Kiernan, who has 100 boost in the corner. But Hyder's recovery saves have been good. Nice save off the top left corner of the net. Oh my goodness, what a flick. Oh, if that was crossbar down, that would have been nasty. Instead, it's crossbarring out. Kiernan just absolutely fed Hyderr a free goal, though. I don't know what this setup was from Kiernan. He came off the wall, realized he'd rather not come off the wall and not touch it. He wanted to just start a dribble on the ground. He was just trying to protect it. That ended up being a big mistake. He basically had to clear it. Didn't have much of a choice. Kiernan. Side flip saved away. He's going to stay on. Basically expose Hyderr for the same kind of mistake we just saw Kiernan make. Hyderr, 72 boost. More than enough to slam that ball out of his corner if he really needed to. He's just worried that it won't start as good of a possession, and he'd rather start a dribble. Fall to the ground and be able to dribble and low 50 it, but both these guys are pressuring each other too much to let them get away with that. Kiernan, nice flick. He has just gotten more of these opportunities where he sets up with the ball at midfield. And Hyderr, while he's done a better job of defending them for the past few attempts, you just can't get away with playing so much defense like he has been doing. Kiernan throwing an okay after the bump. Hyderr getting himself a goal. Is this EU or NA? This is EU. This is the EU qualifier. NA later today, though. We will be covering both today. I'm not sure if the streams will connect. They might, depending on how long the EU one goes. There also might be a slight lunch break for everybody in between. Lunch break if you're on my time zone. Maybe it's a dinner break for you on your EU time zone. Maybe it's a breakfast break. I don't know where you live. Hyderr loves his goal line defense, and you can see Kiernan is aware of that. He's never really rushing out at midfield. He knows the outplay needs to come around the net where Hyderr wants to make the save. Just wasn't able to do it this time. Hyderr doing his best to create a possession here. Not the best of touches from either one of these guys. Kiernan's able to get away with it. I thought Hyderr had an opportunity there. Didn't connect with it well. Wait. Hyderr just wave dashed underneath the ball. Kiernan just assisted him and tapped the ball basically exactly where Hyderr would have wanted it to go. The double is saved away, though. Kiernan, nice outplay. Even though he got a really soft touch, the purpose of the outplay was not to shoot it on net, not to clear it to Hyder's side. It's just to tap it away from the Hyderr challenge that he saw coming. As long as he can make sure Hyderr doesn't connect with the ball at all, they'll be flying to the other side of the map. Everything else from there is simple. So Kiernan didn't need the strength. Just gets the movement. Can he get a double? It'd be nasty. Off the pinch with Hyderr. Kiernan's looked good in the air. This time it's not going to work, though. He tries to play it off the ceiling. I jinxed him, because that did not look good. Handing over a free goal to Hyderr. Hyderr doesn't even really have to think about trying to challenge anything there, because Kiernan makes his mistake so far away from the play. Nice wave dash kickoff. Tying it right back up. With all the DQs. There's some serious DQs. For the North American one, we're gonna make people check in, I think, so there's just less DQs. It got close. Somebody made it to the finals off DQs, I'm pretty sure. Which happens with a lot of big tournaments. You know, most really big tournaments have a ton of DQs at the start, which is not a problem. But when you have 8 qualifiers, that's when it's possible for somebody to sneak in. You have only like 1 or 2 qualifiers, then the bracket figures itself out. You basically don't have to worry about DQs because nobody's making it in through a DQ. But when you have 8 qualifying spots that are coming out of the bracket, that's when you have a chance. If you get a lucky set of people who didn't show up. Because you need a full range of lucky people too. If you you need high-seeded, low-seeded, mid-seeded. You need everybody from every range of seed to not show up for you to be able to make it to a late part of the bracket. But I tell you what, we got a really, really solid matchup here. Hyderr and Kiernan. It's about as high level as you could possibly hope. And Hyder's going to get himself a 6th. Nice tap pass to himself. Keeping it above the crossbar, making sure Kiernan, who was playing defense in net, never stood a chance at making a play on it. I also think Kiernan was low. Probably wasn't likely to come up high either way. Oh, Hyderr. Gifted an open one here. I don't think he really even outplayed Kiernan. He didn't actually move the ball much before Kiernan went flying by. Maybe I could be wrong. Watching it for a slight moment there, it looked like maybe Kiernan, or sorry, maybe Hyderr did tap it away. Kiernan has a kickoff possession. He's going to need a lot of these to finish this off. Wow. Almost a pretty good save from Hyderr, despite the fact he had no boost. Had to just pre-jump pretty far off the back wall. Still almost covered it. Ooh, if he had just turned, yeah. I mean, he jumped perfectly in line, but then turned his nose down and flipped diagonal down as opposed to up, which I think would have connected with it. Hyderr, 7-5. Nice cut dribble to make Kiernan miss. Doesn't need to score right now. Just needs to hold Kiernan at bay. Not a bad place to do it. Inside the orange box. Being said, Kiernan making an escape here. Not able to pick up that back corner boost and starve Hyderr out. I think that's might be a game-losing mistake. He was going to try and come back. He needed a quick goal there, as well as a follow-up. But when he lets Hyderr get that 100, it's going to be really hard to do. Low 50, nice. Pinching it with Hyderr. Rocketing it into the net. Definitely still a chance for Kiernan now. Just needs a solid kickoff, and I would say he's had the kickoff edge. And with 8 seconds, he's got more than enough time to actually make a play off the kickoff, too. He doesn't need to score it right away. I think so. We have a pretty even kickoff here. Kiernan, the backflip, the touch. Can Hyderr save it away? He can. Crossbar down, but it's still in the air. Hyderr, did he secure his win? Or will Kiernan make it back? A nice backflip. Hyderr got sent away. Kiernan should be able to stay under it, and we have overtime in game number 4. Kiernan clutching it up, patient and calm in the final moments. Knows how to keep the ball from hitting the ground and works its way into the net. Hyderr, once again, has himself an overtime. If he wants to stay alive in this match, he was able to win the last overtime, which went to overtime at 7-7. But can he clutch it out here? Wall to air dribble. We actually haven't seen Hyderr do too much in the air all series long. But Mr. Overtime absolutely brings out the banger when it matters the most. Hyderr, where has this been all series? I don't know. But he feasts on the clip to send his match against Kiernan to game 5. Game 5. Chat, you know it's going to be a good event. The first game we streamed of the Swamp is a game 5, and I've actually talked about it a lot on my channel. So if you've watched a bunch before, you've maybe heard me say it. But when we do these qualifiers, when we do this bracket play, it guarantees a great game in the qualifying games. I'm not sure you've ever had a bad game in a qualifying game. And the reason why is because you can always get good players into a match, but you're not guaranteed to have them playing well on the day. And the nice thing about these qualifiers is they weed out everybody who's maybe not playing well on the day. And you just get people who are on form in the qualifying games. And I feel like the number of game 5s we've had in these have just been insane. So Hyderr and Kiernan playing well. In the time talking about the match, Kiernan's already gotten 2 goals. This is actually the first time he's scored first in a bit here, so might be a good start to some momentum for Kiernan. I wonder how often scoring first in ones leads to a win. I guarantee it's more, you know, it's probably over 50%. I bet you in threes in RLCS, scoring first, probably 70, 75% maybe chance to win. Maybe even more than that. Of course, ones has got to be the mode with the least percent chance to win, but I guarantee it's still above 50, maybe even somewhere like 60. Wouldn't be too surprised. Even in games where 10 plus goals are scored, something about the chances of being the better player if you score first. That being said, Hyderr says, it doesn't matter who scores first. I'll score 2 more and even it right back up. You got a 4-minute game. All the marbles, you could say, are on the line, but that'd probably be a bit of a lie because both these guys do have second chances. If they don't qualify in this match, they will go to a loser's finals game. They have an opportunity to play again and make it to the Swiss. Hyderr, what a shot. That is not getting saved. Kiernan actually thought about pre-jumping it. But man, there's nothing you can do. Leth did the math. It was 80% for threes and 60% for ones. Wow. I don't know how he did the math. Seems like something Direct would do. Direct, the statistician man, he seems to just love stats. But I also don't really know. Did he just do his ranked replays or something? Like, what games did he choose to do that? Those sound like very believable percentages. Kiernan, his double saved. An interesting fashion too. Usually doubles are saved by challenging the offender really, really early. But as we've seen all series long, Hyderr wants to play defense on the goal line. Just once again, another nice save after the ball is 25% in. That's where he wants to make his saves. Kiernan will eventually score here though, and that's going to happen a lot when you're just trying to play reactionary. Hard to stay with boost after multiple shot attempts. So there's no Swiss happening today. No, there is not. Swiss will begin tomorrow. Today is bracket play to see which 8 players will be joining the 8 that got invited to the Swiss tomorrow. Kiernan, he'll take his open net if Hyder's going to give it to him. Not sure what Hyderr was thinking here. Yeah, I just couldn't tell you. Try to watch it again from his perspective to understand. But the ball just dropped right down next to him. He thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave. And just left and pick up boost. Kiernan, nice flick. This is actually one of the first times that Hyderr has early challenged, and it worked out for him. Thought Hyderr was going to get punished. But no. He forces Kiernan to flick too strong, so he can't follow it up. Hyderr in the air. I would have told you earlier in the series that I didn't have faith in Hyderr performing that high up, but we saw him clutch out a flip reset. He needs a flip reset of some kind here, too. It's a really hard play to make by getting just a touch, because you kind of have to neutralize the momentum of your ball in the car. Whenever you're reaching up to a ball that's kind of falling down, it's really hard to start an aerial that high or make a play off that. But one way I've seen really talented players, of course, not me, who seem to handle that, is flip resets. Flip resets kind of neutralize both your momentum and the ball's momentum, and then you can work it from there. Hyderr, great setup off the wall. He will try an air dribble bump, and he'll connect perfectly. He doesn't demo, but it doesn't matter, as he taps Kiernan off the line of the nets. Kiernan coming off the back wall. Hyderr not able to steal Kiernan's boost or demo him, and he used up a lot of his own boost to do so. So should be a Kiernan offensive attempt the other way. Too high of a power shot. So he'll have to try again, taking it back to his corner. Hyderr on the side wall. Not easy to challenge on the side wall in ones. Maybe the only time you can do it is right as somebody's coming out of their own corner. certainly really hard to get away with it at midfield. Hyderr the high bounce. A check to see what Kiernan was going to do. And I think that check convinced him to jump early. And we've seen this a bunch of times. Hyderr kind of giving away possession to a spot that I feel like the long shot is, you know, very, very easy to hit. And then Kiernan just touches it so soft that Hyder's able to fall back down and still get the save. A minute left to go. Kiernan with the lead. Can Hyderr work it back? Kiernan, chip to the back wall. 42 seconds on the clock. First time tuning in, but you've been watching the YouTube for months, man. You've got a nice one for your first ever stream. Kiernan. Clear down to the corner. Yo! XB David, thank you for the prime. Final moments of the match. Can Kiernan qualify for the Swamp Tournament featuring Rocket League and send Hyderr to the lower bracket? Seems like he will, unless Hyderr can clutch it out. And he seems like he might! Hyderr on the bounce! Oh my goodness! This game, welcome from the YouTube. Hope you're enjoying it live on Twitch. It just has a little bit more excitement. XME David, thank you for the prime. I'm going to assume your prime powered up this overtime. Here we go. Well, we assume overtime. There's 1 second left on the clock. Maybe I shouldn't assume overtime. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't. Hyderr, his shot. Is it going to go in? I think it's hitting the ground before it goes. Wow, that's close. Overtime, game 5. Every single swamp match on my stream so far has gone to overtime, game 5. Sure, we've only streamed 1, but hey. The event's been perfect so far. Hyderr or Kiernan? Who will it be? Qualifying through the upper bracket. Strong touch by Kiernan. Hyderr, no! What a lame way to finish off overtime game 5. I hate to say it, but I'm sure Hyderr agrees it's lame as well. He tried to chip it into the corner and double it to start it clear the other way, but he just missed. He didn't have the read from his own touch, and then it was the easiest of possible goals for Kiernan. So Kiernan, he will be the first to qualify. Hyderr will get a second chance to the lower bracket.